We shall now discuss on module 4 of chapter 8. The title of module 4 of chapter 8 is conjugate operators over a nonlinear space. Basically, module 4 is based on complete overview of conjugate operators on a nonlinear space. We shall also study some properties of conjugate operators over a nonlinear space. Now, we are going to slide presentation of conjugate operators over a nonlinear space. Let us discuss module 4 of chapter 8. The title of module 4 is conjugate operators on nonlinear spaces. Let capital X and capital Y be two nonlinear spaces over the same field of scalars capital F, and let x dash and capital Y dash be their respective conjugate spaces. Let y dash belongs to capital Y dash be fixed, that is y dash is a bounded linear functional over y. For x belongs to capital X and t belongs to BDL xy, let us consider an equation in notational form y dash tx equal to the symbol written as tx comma y dash, not the symbol read as inner product. If the variable x be allowed to vary over capital X, then 1, that is the equation y dash tx equal to the symbol tx comma y dash will generate a family of scalars, and thus we get a functional x dash on a nonlinear space capital X such that x dash x equal to y dash tx. This is equation number 2. We shall now show that x dash is a linear functional on capital X and x dash is bounded. For all alpha comma beta belongs to F, the field of scalars, let us take x comma y belongs to capital X. Now, x dash alpha x plus beta y equal to y dash t alpha x plus beta y is equal to y dash t alpha x plus t beta y is equal to y dash alpha tx plus beta ty, because t is linear, which is again equal to y dash of alpha tx plus y dash of beta ty, which is equal to alpha y dash tx plus beta y dash ty, which is equal to alpha x dash x plus beta x dash y. This shows that x dash is linear. Now, modulus of x dash x equal to modulus of y dash tx. As y dash belongs to capital Y dash is bounded, so modulus of y dash tx is less or equals to norm y dash into norm tx, which is again less or equals to norm y dash into norm t into norm x. So, x dash is bounded and hence x dash belongs to capital X dash. Also, norm x dash less or equals to norm y dash into norm t. This is equation number 3. Thus, we note the following. We started with a member of capital Y dash, and then by using t belongs to BDL xy, we have obtained a member of x dash. We thus have a class of operators from capital Y dash to capital X dash, which, since it depends on capital T, we denote it by t dash, such that t dash is a mapping from capital Y dash to capital X dash, where t dash y dash is equal to x dash is defined by t dash y dash x equal to x dash x. Thus, by using notational form as used in equation number 1, we see that x comma t dash y dash within the symbol written as in slide presentation is equal to x comma x dash within the symbol written in the slide is equal to tx comma y dash written in the slide by using equation number 2. Let us take a definition. The operator t dash from capital Y dash to capital X dash is called the conjugate map or adjoint map of the bounded linear operator t from capital X to capital Y. We shall now show that t dash is a bounded linear operator from y dash to x dash and norm t equal to norm t dash. Let y1 dash comma y2 dash belongs to capital Y dash, and let x1 dash comma x2 dash be the corresponding elements in capital X dash. So, for y1 dash plus y2 dash belongs to capital Y dash, we get a corresponding element x1 dash plus x2 dash belongs to capital X dash. Thus, for x belongs to capital X, t dash y1 dash plus y2 dash of small x equal to x1 dash plus x2 dash of small x, which is equal to x1 dash of small x plus x2 dash of small x, which is equal to t dash y1 dash x plus t dash y2 dash of small x is equal to t dash y1 dash plus t dash y2 dash of small x for all x belongs to capital X. So, t dash y1 dash plus y2 dash equal to t dash y1 dash plus t dash y2 dash for all y1 dash comma y2 dash belongs to capital Y dash. Similarly, for alpha belongs to capital F, t dash alpha y dash equal to alpha t dash y dash. Thus, capital T dash from capital Y dash to capital X dash is linear. Now, norm T dash Y dash equal to norm X dash, which is less or equals to norm T into norm Y dash using equation 3, which implies that T dash is bounded. So, norm T dash less or equals to norm T, this is equation number 4. Now, we shall prove that for any x belongs to capital X, norm x equal to sup of modulus of x dash x, where supremum is taken over norm of x dash equal to 1. Now, modulus of x dash x less or equals to norm x dash into norm x, which is equal to norm x if norm of x dash equal to 1. Hence, supremum of modulus of x dash x, where supremum is taken over all elements where norm of x dash equal to 1, which is less or equals to norm x. On the other hand, by application of Hahn-Banach theorem, there exists a functional x dash belongs to capital X dash such that norm of x dash equal to 1 and x dash x equal to norm x. This implies that norm x less or equals to supremum of modulus of x dash x, where supremum is taken over all such elements x dash where norm of x dash equal to 1. This is equation number 6b. Thus, from equation 6a and 6b, we have norm of x equal to supremum of modulus of y dash tx, where supremum is taken over all such elements where norm of x dash equal to 1, and so equation 5 is established. Thus, in view of equation 5, we have norm tx equal to supremum of modulus of y dash tx, where supremum is taken over norm of x dash equal to 1, where y dash belongs to capital Y dash. But for y dash belongs to capital Y dash such that norm of y dash equal to 1, we have modulus of y dash tx equal to modulus of x dash x, which is less or equals to norm x dash into norm x, which is equal to norm t dash into y dash into norm of x, less or equals to norm t dash into norm y dash into norm x, because t dash is bounded, which is again equal to norm t dash into norm x, because norm of y dash equal to 1. So, supremum of modulus of y dash tx and supremum is taken over all such elements where norm of y dash equal to 1 is less or equals to norm t dash into norm x. This implies that norm tx less or equals to norm t dash into norm x. This implies that norm t less or equals to norm t dash. So, by earlier equation 4 and this equation number 7, we get norm t equal to norm t dash. So, thus we get a theorem: if T is a bounded linear transformation from the norm linear space capital X into the norm linear space capital Y, then T dash, the conjugate map of capital T, is also a bounded linear transformation from Y dash into X dash. Moreover, norm T equal to norm T dash. Now, we shall deal with some algebras of conjugate operators over a norm linear space to a norm linear space. Let capital X and capital Y be two norm linear spaces over the same field of scalars capital F, and let BDLXY be the collection of all bounded linear operators from capital X to capital Y. Then number 1, T1 plus T2 dash equal to T1 dash plus T2 dash for all T1, T2 belongs to BDLXY. Number 2, alpha T dash equal to alpha T dash for T belongs to BDLXY and for alpha belongs to capital F. Number 3,
T1 T2 dash equal to T2 dash into T1 dash and T2 T1 dash equal to T1 dash T2 dash for T1 T2 belongs to BDLXY. We shall prove one by one. First we shall prove for 1. Let y dash belongs to capital Y dash be arbitrary but fixed. Let x1 dash be the corresponding element of capital X dash with respect to T1 and y dash in the definition of conjugate operator. Similarly, let x2 dash be the element of capital X dash corresponding to T2 and y dash. Thus, for any x belongs to capital X, we have T1 plus T2 dash y dash x equal to x1 dash plus x2 dash of small x, which is equal to x1 dash plus x2 dash x, which is equal to T1 dash y dash x plus T2 dash y dash x, which is equal to T1 dash y dash plus T2 dash y dash of small x. Thus, T1 plus T2 dash y dash equal to T1 dash y dash plus T2 dash y dash, which is equal to T1 dash plus T2 dash of y dash. Since y dash belongs to capital Y dash is arbitrary, it follows that T1 plus T2 dash equal to T1 dash plus T2 dash. The proof of 2 is similar to the proof of 1. So, for the proof of 3, by definition of T dash, we have T dash y dash x equal to y dash Tx for y dash belongs to capital Y dash and x belongs to capital X. Now, T1 T2 dash y dash x equal to y dash T1 T2x equal to y dash T1 T2x is equal to T1 dash y dash T2x is equal to T2 dash T1 dash y dash x. Since x belongs to capital X is arbitrary, we have T1 T2 dash y dash equal to T2 dash T1 dash y dash. Since y dash belongs to capital Y dash is arbitrary, it follows that T1 T2 dash equal to T2 dash T1 dash. For the proof of 4, similarly we can show that T2 T1 dash equal to T1 dash T2 dash.
Up to this, we have been introduced on conjugate map of a bounded linear operator. Given a bounded linear operator T acting from nonlinear space X to a nonlinear space capital Y, the conjugate map T dash always exists. Also, we have studied some algebras of conjugates of a bounded linear operator. Now, we shall discuss on annihilator of a subset on a nonlinear space capital X. Also, we shall deal with some properties on annihilators of a subset. Also, we shall discuss on properties on range of the operator capital T and range of conjugate operator capital T dash, null space of operator capital T and null space of capital T dash with their annihilators.
Let us take a definition. Suppose that capital S is an arbitrary non-empty subset of a nonlinear space capital X with its dual X dash. We define the annihilator of S denoted by SA by SA equal to collection of all functionals X dash belonging to capital X dash such that X dash X equal to 0 for all X belongs to capital S. If S is equal to empty, we define S A equal to X dash. Suppose that capital E is an arbitrary non-empty subset of capital X dash, we define the annihilator of capital E denoted by AE equal to collection of all elements X belongs to capital X such that X dash X equal to 0 for all X dash belongs to capital E. If E equal to phi, that is if E is empty, we define AE equal to capital X. The subset SA and AE are all closed subspaces of X dash and X respectively. Now, let us have a proof. We first show that SA is a subspace of capital X dash. Let x1 dash x2 dash belongs to SA, then x1 dash x equal to 0 for all x belongs to capital S and x2 dash x equal to 0 for all x belongs to capital S. Now, x1 dash plus x2 dash x equal to x1 dash x plus x2 dash x, which is equal to 0 for all x belongs to capital S. This implies that x1 dashed plus x2 dashed belongs to SA. Similarly, if alpha be any scalar and x dash belongs to SA, then alpha x dash belongs to SA. Thus, SA is a subspace of x dashed. We shall now show that SA is a closed subspace of capital X dashed. Let x dash belongs to SA bar. So, there exists a sequence of elements xn belonging to SA such that xn dash goes to x dash as n tends to infinity. So, xn dash x goes to x dash x for any x belongs to capital S, because modulus of xn dash x minus x dash x equal to modulus of xn dash minus x dash of x, which is less or equals to norm xn dash minus x dash into norm x, which goes to 0 as n tends to infinity. But if x belongs to small s, then xn dash x equal to 0 for all n. So, x dash x equal to 0, and so x dash belongs to SA. Consequently, SA is a closed subspace of capital X dash. Similarly, we can prove that AE is a closed subspace of capital X. Now, let us take a note. Let capital S be any subset of a nonlinear space capital X, and let third bracket S denote the subspace generated by capital S, and let W be the smallest closed subspace containing S. Now, third bracket of S bar is a closed subspace containing S, and so third bracket S bar includes capital W. But S is a subset of W, so third bracket S is a subset of W. Hence, closure of third bracket S is a subset of W bar, which is equal to W as W is closed. Thus, third bracket S bar equal to W. Thus, we get the following theorem. The smallest closed subspace of a given set in a nonlinear space is just the closure of the subspace spanned by capital S. Let us take a theorem. For any subset S of capital X, third bracket S bar is equal to capital M, then annihilator of SA is equal to capital M. Let us take a proof. Clearly, S is a subset of M, and for this it can be easily verified that MA is a subset of SA. Let x dash belongs to SA. So, x dash x equal to 0 for all x belongs to capital S. Let x belongs to third bracket S, then x equal to sigma I equal to 1 to n alpha I xi, where alpha i's are scalars and xi belongs to capital S. So, x dash x equal to x dash of sigma I equal to 1 to n alpha I xi, which is equal to sigma I equal to 1 to n alpha I x dash xi, which is equal to 0. Thus, x dash x equal to 0 for all x belongs to third bracket S. Next, let x belongs to third bracket S bar. Then there exists a sequence of elements xn belonging to third bracket S such that xn converges to x as n tends to infinity. But x dash xn equal to 0 for all n, and so x dash x equal to 0. So, we see that x dash belongs to SA, which implies that x dash x equal to 0 for all x belongs to third bracket S bar, which is equal to M. This implies that x dash belongs to MA. So, SA is a subset of MA. This is equation number 9. So, by equation 8 and equation 9, we see that MA equal to SA. Take x belongs to capital M, then x dash x equal to 0 for all x dash belongs to MA, which is equal to SA. This implies that x belongs to annihilator of SA. So, M is a subset of annihilator of SA. Suppose that this inclusion is proper, and let x1 belongs to annihilator of SA minus capital M. Since capital M is closed and x1 does not belongs to capital M, it follows by an application of Hahn-Banach theorem there exists a bounded linear functional x dash such that x dash x1 is not equal to 0, and x dash x equal to 0 for all x belongs to capital M. So, x dash belongs to MA, which is equal to SA, and hence we have x1 belongs to annihilator of SA, that is x dash x1 equal to 0, which is a contradiction. So, we have M equal to annihilator of SA. So, in this regard we take a corollary. If capital S is a closed subspace of capital X, then annihilator of SA is equal to capital S. Here S is equal to third bracket S bar, which is equal to capital M. Since capital S is closed and capital S is a closed subspace, and hence by above theorem it follows that annihilator of SA is equal to capital S. Now, we shall discuss on properties of bounded linear operators T and its conjugate operators. Also, we shall discuss on nullity of the operator T and nullity of operator T dashed. Let capital X and capital Y be two nonlinear spaces over the same field of scalars, and let T belongs to BDLXY. Let RT denote the range of capital T and capital NT be the null space of capital T, that is NT equal to collection of all elements X belongs to capital X such that Tx is equal to 0 vector belongs to capital Y, and T dash is the conjugate of capital T. Now, we get some properties, that is annihilator of closure of RT is equal to NT dashed. The proof looks like this. We see that for an arbitrary set S of capital X, annihilator of third bracket S bar is equal to SA. In particular, if S is any subspace, then annihilator of S bar is equal to SA. Now, Y dash belongs to RT bar if and only if Tx Y dash within the symbol written in the video is equal to 0 for all x belongs to capital X. If and only if x comma T dash Y dash within the symbol written in the video is equal to 0 for all x belongs to capital X. If and only if T dash Y dash is equal to 0 functional of capital X dash. This implies that if and only if Y dash belongs to NT dash. So, annihilator of RT bar is equal to NT dash. Note that annihilator of RT bar equal to RTA is equal to NT dash, as RT is a closed subspace of capital Y. Let us take another property, closure of RT equal to annihilator of NT dash. The proof goes below. Note that NT dash is a closed subspace of capital Y dash. So, by previous corollary we have annihilator of NT dash equal to NT dash. We shall now prove that annihilator of RT bar equal to annihilator of NT dash, but we have seen that annihilator of RT bar equal to RTA, as RT is a closed subspace of capital Y. So, it is sufficient to prove that annihilator of RT equal to NT dash. Now, Y dash belongs to RTA if and only if Tx comma Y dash within the symbol written in the video is equal to 0 for all x belongs to capital X. If and only if x comma T dash Y dash within the symbol written in the video is equal to 0 for all x belongs to capital X. If and only if T dash Y dash is equal to 0 functional of capital X dash. If and only if Y dash belongs to NT dash. Thus, the equation 11 is established. So, by equation 10 and equation 11, we have annihilator of RT bar equal to RTA equal to NT dash equal to annihilator of NT dash, and hence by previous corollary RT bar equal to annihilator of NT dash. Similarly, we get another property, annihilator of RT dash bar equal to NT. We take another property, closure of RT dash equal to NTA. The proof goes below. By previous property, we have annihilator of closure of RT dash equal to NT, and so annihilator of closure of RT dash equal to annihilator of NT. Since closure of RT dash is a closed subspace of capital X dash, it follows by previous corollary that annihilator of closure of annihilator of RT equal to closure of RT dash, and so RT dash bar equal to annihilator of NT.
In this module 4 of chapter 8, we have learned some properties of conjugate operators of a bounded linear operators from a norm-linear space capital X to a norm-linear space capital Y. Also, we have proved some results on some annihilators of a subset on a norm-linear space and its conjugate spaces. Also, we have dealt with some properties of range of the operator T, and with these annihilators we have learned some properties of range of the operator T and its annihilators. We have learned some properties of range of the operator T dash with its annihilators. Also, we have studied some properties of NT with these annihilators, also NT dash with these annihilators. With this, we now come to an end of this module 4 of chapter 8.